Good morning, YouTube. It's finally Friday. Friday is here. As you guys know, today is a short day for me. And so we got a lot to get to, but when I ended the day yesterday, I was letting you guys know I'm going to kick off today with a music podcast. Now I know I have a lot of people up here with me, but I want to be up here by myself because I wanted to share my music story with you guys. So I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. So before we get started, I just want to play a little bit of music to open us up, alright? So I hope you enjoy. Kind of set the tone here, so let's see. This sounds more like for a good story, musical. Alright, so before I get started to tell my story, we're gonna play a little bit of music here. Open us up. Alright, so here we go. Man, well, since it's, the season, I thought I'd open us up with a nice remix of Jingle Bells. So, we're gonna get into my musical life. Alright, hope you enjoy. So, I haven't done this in a while. This is my first time doing this, sharing my musical story. So I hope you guys enjoy. So, let's see. Where do I want to begin? Alright, so during the last music podcast, I was telling y'all about when Brother Chris was on. Shout out to you, bro. About when I first started playing piano. So when I first started playing the piano, I started with a 29. I know I told you guys this already, but we're gonna start here first. I started with a 29 key keyboard, and it was a Casio, and it was pretty cool. I always was like, every time I would pull it out, I know it was a small keyboard, but I always told myself, I'm gonna go everywhere with this keyboard. I'm gonna perform with this keyboard, cause I just enjoyed it, I just enjoyed that keyboard. But let me tell you something, guys. I played that keyboard so much, it just finally died. You know, it finally died, and that was an awesome keyboard. So, then after that keyboard, I went to a Yamaha 76 keyboard, and I played that for a few years. And so, but back to the 29 keyboard real quick. When I was playing that keyboard, that was during the time of my life of when I was trying to find my instrument. Because at the time there, I was still trying to find it, because I had a feeling I knew it was piano. You ever guys have that feeling where you know it is something, but you're just not sure? That's how it was for me. And so I was like, man, what am I going to, what is my instrument? What is my niche? As they say. What is my, where do I stand for an instrument, So, as I was still messing around with the 29 keyboard, trying to get the feel of it and everything, and trying to find my instrument. Back then I was in a high school band, and I played a lot of different instruments. And where do we begin for that? Well, I'll tell y'all. So, for that, when I first started in my high school band, these drums that I'm about to tell y'all are used for like a lot of classical pieces as well. They're called the timpani drums, kettle drums. You're playing with the mallets, for the people that don't know. And so I started there, and I played that for a few years in my high school band. And then after that, I went to the marimba. That is basically, it's laid out like a piano, but you play that with mallets as well. But it's laid out like a piano. And so I played that for a few years. I enjoyed it, but I'm gonna tell y'all, every time when I would play all them different instruments, you guys wanna know something? I always found myself sitting in front of a piano. And mind you, I still don't know what my musical instrument choice was. My musical niche, as they say, was. But I didn't give up. Because I'm a person that don't give up. So, I kept striving. I was like, well, maybe, maybe it is the piano, maybe. I don't know. So, then I got up, and then I saw the drum kit. And I was like, oh man, maybe this is it. Played that for a few years. The snare part. I never got to play, let me take that back though. I never got to play a full drum set kit, but I got to play the snare from the kit a lot. So then I was like, maybe it's the drum set. But drum set's got them 2 pedals and all, and I'm like, I don't know. So I gave it a try. One of my band teachers, may him rest in peace, Mr. Coates. Shout out to you, man. May you rest in peace. He started giving me piano lessons, and he introduced me to a lot of instruments as well. And so he let me explore, and he showed me a lot of different instruments. So I was like, in my mind, to myself, I didn't tell nobody, but to myself, I was like, what is my musical instrument? What is my instrument of choice where I can just walk out on stage and the crowd just goes real wild and they start cheering and they know it's me and knowing what I'm about to do? What is that musical instrument? Well, here it goes again. I found myself again. Can y'all guess? Y'all right. With the piano again. But then I started asking myself again, Wes, have you looked through all the instruments? And then I told myself again, I was like, well, no. Let's keep looking. Mind you, I'm gonna say it again, mind you, I kept on and kept on. As they say, I don't know how to say that word, but I'm gonna say fighting with yourself. I'm gonna say that. Fighting with yourself, and you're like, nah, no, it can't be, you know, nah, you know, maybe it's something else. So, that leads me to say, ladies and gentlemen, then I still had that 29 keyboard at home. Laying against the wall in the closet. I pulled it out, started playing it. And I said, well, maybe this is it. Maybe it's it. But then I go back to school the next day. And now, Mr. Coates, mind you, he liked for you to try different things, which is good. I really appreciate him doing that. Don't get me wrong. He was an awesome teacher. But he gave me piano lessons. He was one of the teachers that gave me basic lessons. Because I had not one, but two teachers give me basic lessons. That's why I thank them all the time for when I sit down at the keys. Because I really, you know, they just basically taught me the basics. I'm actually self-taught. I'm a self-taught person. So, back to the story. Well, that's part of the story, but back to the story as the story goes on. So, I went back to school the next day. It was a Tuesday. Gloomy day. Rain. I mean, it rained all day long. So I went to band class. And then I was like, wonder what instruments I'm gonna play today. So then he switched me back to to the timpani drums that I was telling y'all about, which is the drums you play with mallets, just like when you do with the marimba. And so I was with that for a while, and he let me play the piano for my free time. Like when we had free time, I would play it, and I was like, is this it? Maybe this is it. I said, no, maybe not. So then, I was like, maybe it's the drums. So I played the drums for a few years, even one Christmas year, and I did Here Comes Santa Claus. I had a solo in that. But I'm not going to be honest with you. I really didn't care for that, man. I really didn't care for that at all. But you know what? You got to do things that you don't care for as well to find your instrument. A lot of people has told me that as I've grown up. As I was growing up to become an adult, I really was like, yeah, they're right. You gotta try a lot of different things to find your instrument. So then I played this other drum. I couldn't tell y'all what it was because I don't even know what it was. You only played it with one mallet. But anyway, I don't even know what type of drum it was. I even did drum circle when I first started going to my school. So I was into drums. And then I said, like I said again, maybe it's the drums. Cause I'm good at like keeping time and I'm good at tempo. I don't even need a metronome. Pretty cool, right? My metronome's in my head. Oh man. But so then I played that for a few years. Then I got switched back to snare. For some reason, he liked to keep switching me from that drum and then to the snare. Alright? I don't know why, but he kept doing that. I mean, like again, I really appreciate him showing me, you know, different instruments. I really do. And then he started giving me piano lessons. And like I said, started taking the basics. And then so then I went through all those instruments that I was telling y'all. Then I went in the next day. And we got some news. They were like, this is not news that you're not going to be able to, it's going to be hard for you guys to hear. And I was like, oh boy, it's not going to be good. Let me switch keys for this. So I go into school the next day. And we go in, but we have to go to the dining hall. I'm thinking, why? gotta go to the diner hall? You know? It's like, why are we going there? Why can't we just go to our class? Because what I'm about to tell y'all, I didn't know. So then we sit down at one of those tables. Principal's there. Superintendent and all them. And I'm thinking, okay, so what's going on? I'm thinking like, what's going on? And so they started talking, and they were like, this is gonna be hard for you guys to hear. I was like, oh my. To myself, I was like, oh man, this ain't gonna be good. So I was sitting over there, and they were like, guys, as of early this morning, Mr. Coates has passed away. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? To myself, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, that can't be. I just saw him yesterday. I was leaving band class. They were like, no. They were like, yeah. Early that morning, he passed. I was like, no, I can't be, man. Just can't be. He taught me so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was an awesome music teacher. He could play any instrument you could think of, no lie. So him and another piano teacher taught me so much for the basics. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be up here doing what I'm doing for y'all right now. Because I would probably still be searching for my instrument. And I know it's up to me to find my instrument. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Because it was up to me to find my instrument. And I did find my instruments, ladies and gentlemen. So when he passed, I was really hurt, really sad, because he taught me so much. So we were without a music teacher for a while. We were all like, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? We just lost a music teacher that could play any instrument you could think of. Any, ladies and gentlemen, any instrument you could think of. And so like I said, we were out with the music teacher for a while. So we basically still had work to do. We were still working. So what they did was they would have substitute music teachers come in. Some were good. A lot of them were good. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them, I had my favorites. You guys ever been there during your music class? You just had your favorite teachers, but the teachers that did come that weren't your favorite, you were kind of like, oh, it's you again. You know? So, to yourself. But yeah, other than that, back to my story. Continue my story. So we were out with the music teacher. They would have substitutes come in, and I would still be doing those instruments he left me on. But then it was that day, ladies and gentlemen. That day that I thought would never, ever come. That day I've been waiting for. We finally got a music teacher, right? And mind you, it finally dawned on me what my instrument was, ladies and gentlemen. As the notes and as the chords and as the when it quiets. And then when the arpeggios up, the arpeggios down, and the chords, and the minors, and the majors, and the seventh chords were ringing in my head that night. I couldn't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Next morning, and I walk into band class, and all them times I kept searching for my instrument, and I was walking across the stage in band class of high school. 2017, 2018. And my year to graduate, 2019. Guess who was right there the whole entire time, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for me? Saying, hey, I've been right here since day one. Why didn't you choose me? And so I looked. And I said, I can't believe it. I should have chosen it right from the start. And so before I continue the rest of that, switch to my family for a second. When I was a little boy, before my great grandfather passed. My mom says she remembers this, but I don't because I was too small to know. But my grandfather, he played for his church every Sunday. And there was one day he sat me down at the piano and he played a little something. You hear that? He was very religious in his music. And he played the piano every Sunday at his church. And this was, from what I heard, one of his favorite songs. And so as the notes ring out and I hear this piece, I think of my great grandfather, Papa Adrian. Shout out to you, bro. In heaven, you are missed. I felt like too that him, my grandfather's dad, and my dad's great grandfather played instruments. My grandmother's mother played instruments. She played piano. My grandfather's dad played piano and other instruments like Mr. Coates. My mom's grandfather that played piano in his church that I was telling y'all about played piano. Most about everybody in my family played piano. And that leads me to say, ladies and gentlemen, them days that I was searching for my instrument, it's been here the whole time. So I have been searching, and around the age, so now we're going to get into, now since I found my instrument, after we finally got a band teacher. She let me play the keys. Finally. Out of all that time. I had the basic lessons from my family basic lessons from Mr. Coates, basic lessons from another teacher I had, and more lessons, and being self-taught. And as them chords kept ringing in my head, saying, I've been here, I've never left. That's another thing too, ladies and gentlemen. Your instrument will never leave you. It only knows how you feel. As long as you sit down at that keyboard or that guitar or electric, any instrument that you love, don't give it up. Don't give it up. And even when you're about to and you're ready to give it up, think twice. Think even a third time. And I'm not just telling y'all this, because I mean it. Because if you really love what you do, and if you really love what you do, and it's your passion, it's gotta be your passion. You gotta want to do it. But if you don't want to do it, you ain't gonna have your passion. So please, if the people out there that hear me and watch this video when it's uploaded, please, ladies and gentlemen, don't give up your instrument. If you're really feeling it, and you really love your instrument, God gave you that talent, don't abuse it. Please don't abuse it. Please don't. I know I didn't. And I know I never will. So, back to the story. That's just a little fact there for me. But back to my story. So after band, I finally, got my instrument, finally had my basic lessons, still in high school, but I'm taking lessons for the basics. So I was doing that. So then, back to the years 2017. Like I said, I finally get to play the piano. 2018 comes, get to play the piano. 2017 comes, get to play the piano. Let me say it again. 2018 comes, I get to play the piano. 2019 comes, and you know what? That's my final year. I finally figure out it's my final year, ladies and gentlemen. I get to play the piano. All them years were the best years of my life. Because then, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You know what happened when 2017 and 2018 came? Well, I'm going to tell you. The end of 2017. For the Christmas, I finally get a solo, right? But it's not on the drum set, it's not on the snare, it's not on the marimba, it's not on the kettle drums, the timpani, it's not on none of that. It's not on the bass. It's not on none of. It's not on the electric, and I love the electric, by the way. But shout out to the people that do have one, an actual one. And I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But yes. So it's not that. It's not the set. It's none of those instruments. I finally found my instrument. And so 2017 is Christmas. I finally get to have a solo. And like I said, it's not on none of those instruments. You know where it is, ladies and gentlemen? As these chords ring out and they ring in my head, I can finally tell y'all, I finally know where my instrument is, and I finally know where I stand for my instrument, ladies and gentlemen. It is the piano, and it always will be. I finally found my gift, so I can share it every single day with you guys. And that means so much to me. And I'm so glad I finally found it. Because I tell y'all, piano is the greatest, and it always will be. So before I continue my story on the part to end my high school journey, let's let this play out. Before I do, I want to say, I love what I do, as y'all know that. Most importantly, I am very thankful and blessed that I finally got the instrument I always wanted out of the whole entire instrument family. So, as this plays out, I want to let you know, stay with your instrument. Stay with your instrument. Don't put it down. Never give up with it. See? You can't do that on an instrument you don't love. It brings me so much joy. So, talking about the electric now. And we're gonna end it here, because I feel like this is a good way to end my story. So, this is when I finally found my instrument. But there was just one instrument in particular. And I gotta switch gears for this, so give me 1 second. So there was just one instrument in particular. 1 second. Matter of fact, we gotta one instrument in particular, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I feel like this is a way to end my story. So, y'all hear that? All that searching I did back then made me overlook one more instrument. So, ladies and gentlemen, it kind of hurt me, and you know why? Because I love how this instrument sounds. So, at the time, I finally found my instrument. It was the piano. Right? So, it was a time where I thought I might be interested in the electric guitar. So I picked it up. So I tried it. Gave it a chance. Had an amp, had a set of threads, as they said back in the old days. And I practiced. Like I do with the piano. And I practiced and I practiced. But I couldn't get it, ladies and gentlemen. I tried so hard. I practiced and I practiced. I could never get calluses. I stayed with it, still couldn't get calluses. And I prayed about it. Prayed about it. I was like, Lord, so where are you taking me? And you know what he said, ladies and gentlemen? For the people that, believe. Or whoever, you believe in, because I don't want to step on any toes, as they say. But anyways, so I talked to the Lord. I was like, Lord, I'm here now. I finally found my instrument. What instrument would you like to share? What instrument? I told him, I said, what instrument do you want me to share my gift with to the world? And this is way before my YouTube channel, by the way. So, it was that afternoon. I don't know what day, I can't remember. But it was that afternoon set down the electric. And I thought, and I was strumming it. I was like, okay, Lord, so is it the piano or the electric? Prayed about it some more, and I left the guitar sitting where it was sitting, all by itself. Went to the other room and I sat down and I prayed some more. He said, this is where you need to be. He said the guitar might be your favorite because, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something to you. The guitar is my favorite, but it's not number 1, it's not number 5, it's not number 7 or way down the list. It's not that far down. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 2 instruments I love, and the people that subscribe to me can agree, top 2 instruments that is at the top of my list is the piano and then right down below it or beside it is the guitar. So the story's gonna end in a few minutes, but I just want to say this. So that leads me up to what I'm gonna say now, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the piano's at the top, then it's the electric, and this will conclude the final story of this morning. We're gonna switch back to the piano. So, as the story comes to a close, as I told y'all, the piano's at the top, then it's the guitar, but it's the electric. Them 2 are my top favorite instruments. Now, to conclude my story about my life, my musical background life. Ladies and gentlemen, all the videos that you have watched, I don't do this alone. And y'all probably thinking, yeah, because you probably have people with you. No, I don't. I mean, yeah, I do, but they on the iPad. I mean, I know Chris up here gets up here, you know. But when Chris is not here, or even when Chris is here, so or when Brother Sean's here, or Brother Chris, any of my friends, whether they are here or not, you know who still is? The good old piano and the electric. Instruments that'll never leave my side. Now, I would like to say, back to the two pedals. As y'all know, I have I'll tell you, I have a sustain pedal here. That makes the notes ring out long. It's substitute for the pedal that's on the, actual piano. Because, this is the keyboard. But there's one special pedal that's down below me. And you guys have heard it. Every video that I have made on this channel, you guys have heard it. I know you guys have heard the clicks. There's something special about that pedal, ladies and gentlemen. And that is, so this is how, I get my music. This is how I do my music. So I know I told you guys this, but I'm gonna tell y'all again. I'm a one-man band. So the pedal I'm gonna present to y'all it's called the loop pedal. And what that does, if you lay down one track, so when you hit the pedal, I did a demonstration video for you guys. So if you haven't seen it, it's a good video. It's part 1 and part 2. You should go check it out when you get the time. It's a great video. But what that does is when you hit the pedal the first time, so like what I'm doing right now, if I hit the pedal, if I was going to, this would be getting recorded. Then I would hit the pedal again a second time, and this would play back. But that would give me another chance to lay down this, my other favorite instrument. And so on and so forth. And the drum kit. That's number 3. And by the way, when me and Sean, shout out to you, bro. When we did our podcast, if you guys watched that, you would have heard my top favorite instruments. But there was one more I forgot to add. That's the organ. That's my favorite too. But out of all that, at the very, very top, however you want to look at it, right beside, or 1, 2, and 3, like that. Piano's at the top. Then it's the electric. They both will always be at the top of my list. The electric guitar second, piano first. Now the rest of them are a little further down, which is third, fourth, and so on. But first and second, first is piano, second is guitar. And you guys are probably wondering and asking why. Well, I know I told y'all on the music podcast, but I'll tell y'all again. The piano part for the piano is, I am a type of person, both of my hands need to be going at once. Now, you're probably thinking, but you can move your hands twice on the, move them both with the guitar. Well, yeah, you can. But see, I'm used to, I know you can curve your hands on the guitar, but see, it's all based on what is you. What fits you. Alright? So, the piano fits me. Yes, the guitar is my second. That's because the way I like the way it sounds. And that's why I like to put it in my loops. But the piano, I love it because number one, you hear it a lot in classical music. You hear it with a lot of gospel music. You know, piano gets used a lot all the time. So, and my top favorite music is classical. So, because it's got a lot of in it, you know, a lot of rolling. So yeah, that's the real reasons why too. I forgot to add that in my music podcast that I did with Sean, but yeah. But so this concludes my music story. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put it in the comment box. As always, I say at the beginning of the videos and at the end of the videos, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. But if you have any questions about my musical background or my musical, basically that, but also if you guys have any questions about my musical story, don't hesitate to ask and put it in the comment box. All right. So, hope you guys enjoyed my musical story, and it was a journey. It was a journey with me and the piano. We finally found it. Me and the piano finally found one another. So it's all about exploring with your fingers, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said towards the beginning of the video, do not give up on your instrument, and do not put your instrument down. And hey, if you have it, if you got the talent, like I said before, please don't abuse it. But if you can't, if you don't have the talent, then that's okay too. And if you just like music and can't play, that's all good too. All right? I'm not judging nobody. I'm just getting up here and sharing my life story. But hope you enjoyed my musical story, and I will see y'all in the next video. And believe me and Brother Chris have got some things for you. But I just wanted to kick off this morning by telling y'all my musical background story. All right. So why don't we close out today with this video at least with a Christmas classic, just using the piano. All right. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And again, if you have any questions about my musical story, don't hesitate to ask. Comment box is not very far. All right. So, all right. Hope you, when you hear this video, I hope you guys enjoy my story. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see y'all in the next video. All right. Make sure to like, subscribe, and God bless. All right. As the piano closes out, make sure to like, subscribe. All right, God bless everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Stop recording.